Evil is a master of disguise. It can be anywhere and anyone.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It's always something. Hey, welcome to Neverwinter, episode 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already had this conversation.
We did,
I
like,
was
not
here,
even 2
you were
minutes ago,
here.
and I forgot.
We were all here
already.
when that happened.
Episode 4 of Neverwinter. Last we left off, our adventurers were hired to find a missing caravan out of Mulhessan. No, out of Serloon, and they stopped in Mulhessan. On the trip, they found a giant squirrel that towered over the trees that disappeared into bubbles. And then when they were in town, they met some interesting characters. And a tree, massive, 300 feet tall, grew up out of the center of the city. Weird and unexpected and out of nowhere, of course.
Yep. Wow, crazy.
But then they met Islo, who counteracted the wild surge and restored the person that was turned into a giant tree. And at that point, a carriage made its way into town, and Arden went to investigate and talk to this person, and noticed that there was no driver. It was just a floating cloak. And as Arden knocked on the door, the little slit in the side of the door opened up, revealing these creepy, scary eyes. And that's where we left off, so that is where we're going to pick up.
Le creepy.
So the streets of Mulhessan... No. Yes, Mulhessan, sorry.
I'm the one who just woke up, Shiv.
I know. It's been a day. The streets of Mulhessan are starting to kind of dissipate, and people are kind of making way, and kind of... It's like a Wild West town when a outlaw rolls into town. You see all the people kind of like dissipating into their own places, and that's exactly what's happening here. But Arden, you're standing in front of, or at the side of the carriage, and these yellow reptile-like eyes are kind of piercing outwards, looking at you. She has informed you that she is here for the marriage.
Hello. They're just finishing up inside, so if you could hold out a minute, everything will be ready for you in just a moment.
I was informed that everything would be ready. Who's playing music? Stop it, Sirenscape. Sorry.
Best
That
part.
damn bard off.
I love Sirenscape's atmospheres, but random music popping in every once in a while just really throws me off.
I was informed that everything was prepared and ready for me to be here. I do not like waiting.
I apologize, but as you can see, there's still quite a bit of activity going on. It will be just a few moments.
Fine. Where can I get a drink?
There's a tavern right over there.
Thank you.
The door shuts, the little slidey door shuts, and the carriage begins to kind of slowly roll off towards the tavern, leaving you standing there in the middle of the street.
Kind of walk up behind him. So.
Okay, so
Anything-
that was very strange.
Why so?
Well, I could not even see who it was in there, just some big yellow eyes. It was... Yeah, it sounded very similar accent to Islo, though, so, you know. Maybe a Dragonborn? I don't know.
Racist. No, kidding. I look over to, like, I guess it's like going towards the tavern.
It is heading towards the tavern, yes.
Well, I guess we'll find out who they are in a minute.
So you're just kind of watching as it pulls around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as there we go. So as the the coach pulls around and stops in front of the tavern, the cloak falls down, just kind of like into a clump on the front seat there, and the stagecoach door opens up, and you see three little they look like little red pandas, but they're upright. They're kind of walking on their hind legs, kind of pop out, and they're wearing these trench coats and big musketeer hats with the big flurry feathers. One's red, one's blue, and one's yellow. That's the only way you can tell these people apart. They're completely identical, other than the colored feathers. So they got the black trench coat and the rapier that kind of sticks out and drags along the ground behind them. And they kind of jump out, and two of them spread out to the other side, and the one starts going towards the bar and kind of pops up and grabs the handle and jimmies the handle to the door and opens it, and then jumps down, opens the door, and stepping out of the cart, you see an old lady. She looks human, except for she's only about 4 foot tall. She's got long white hair that's pulled back, and then has three little like it's kind of like braids into a bun, but there's three of them that kind of stack down. So you can tell if she like let her hair down, it'd probably be like dragging on the ground behind her. That's how long it is. She's got it done up in this really long fancy do. She has a pearl necklace around her neck, and she's wearing a knitted cardigan. And her socks, like her little dress that comes down, stops right below her knees, and her socks come all the way up to her calves. And she's wearing little moccasin slippers. And she pops out and she puts a little cane down on the ground, and she begins to kind of walk slowly.
I look over to Arden, and I put my hand on his shoulder. Whatever we do, we cannot let Lyra see those pandas.
I don't think we're gonna be able to stop that, honestly.
It's just wishful thinking. But can I insight the old lady?
Yeah, you can insight like body movement and body language.
Like, is she faking this fake act? Oh wait, I have mine.
We're gonna end up fighting her, and she's gonna pull a Yoda on us and suddenly start flinging all over the place like some kind of little jackrabbit.
21.
She has the body language of an old lady. She looks like she is legitimately fighting gout or something of that nature that causes a little bit of a limp, which looks like that's why she carries the cane. And she has the posture where her, she's kind of hunched over, and she legitimately looks like she is a little old lady.
And you said she's human?
She appears to be human, yes. Rounded ears, no pointy ears. She's got kind of a paler complexion. Not quite ashen or undead looking, but very pale.
Old AF.
Yeah, very wrinkly.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice that she has little round glasses, but they do not, behind those glasses, she does not have yellow piercing eyes, Arden. They're almost like a deep seafoam green.
That was pretty strange.
You think there's another person in there, or was it her?
It's hard to say. Like, you did see that there was no driver, right? It was just an empty cloak.
Strange. Well, speaking of Lyra and Faye, we should probably find them.
Are they still in the temple?
I think so.
Didn't they go in there?
Yeah. The last place I saw them heading towards. Let's go check that out. Oh wait,
So you guys head back towards the temple, and as you get there, you'll notice there are several people with their backs turned to you doing things where they're finishing up, and they look like they're just about done.
Someone gave Arden 20 gold.
All right.
Hey, Dave.
Arden, you have 20 gold to spend.
You guys remember when it used to be 200?
Why, yes, I do.
Pepet Fawns remembers.
Try having a whole lot of money and know where to spend it. Wait, I guess it doesn't matter, Broby. It's not real money. Or is the money dead too, Joseph?
No, they just have images of Strahd on them.
Oh man. So yeah, it's not even
It's
worth
like
anything.
the Chuck E. Cheese money. It's only redeemable at one place.
What you got there? Some Aladdin's Castle tokens
Oh, man.
for us
Trying to
old people.
trying to pull it out of your pocket turns into ash. You would, that dick.
It burns in the sun. But but yeah, we head back to the temple.
So yeah, you get to the temple, and like I said, there's several people who are finishing up. The temple looks like it's almost completely restored physically, and it looks like they're just decorating at this point. They're kind of putting flower garland around and decorating that way. You'll notice that the flowers they're using have been kind of coated in this, like, soot, so whatever flower it is has this dark black tint to it. They're very obviously, you can see the color kind of coming through underneath, like a red flower or a white flower, but it's got that soot over top of them so that they're darkened.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
So, when me and Lyra went in, and the people that are decorating, they weren't paying attention to us. I'm standing in the room that's now the altar room, and there's a torch. How big is that torch? The ceremonial torch thing that they've got?
Yeah, it's what is that? About a foot tall.
So it's like standard size.
Yeah.
I want to steal it. I do. I don't want it. I don't.
Are you
You
trying
want
to
to
steal my
touch
job?
the magical torch at the at the altar in this
Well-
magically rebuilt temple.
I mean, just because I want to do it doesn't mean that it's a smart idea. Let's get this out there. I know that what I'm doing isn't the best idea.
But I'm the rogue.
Yeah, but this is like fire patron deity thing, not what I follow, not what I vibe with.
We're
And,
gonna have to talk about your religious hoarding. I don't even know what to call that.
well, look, there's somewhat of a portal downstairs that, you know, may or may not be important to me later, and I can't have like this Imix dude all over this turf if my patron wants this area, like, so yeah, like I feel like this torch has a lot of religious significance, and I don't really want to like go up and like put my hands on it. Like what I want to do is like try and like take my bag and like swipe it off into
Indiana
my
Jones it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you reach out and you prepare yourself and you're ready to go, and then you do that. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. I'm good at those, so hopefully it's
What
okay.
could go wrong?
Oh,
Everything.
You're wrong.
Everything.
oh, that's an 8.
Yeah. All right.
Doc Conrad, I don't think that was a good one.
I've got my reasons.
So as you reach out and you swipe this from the thing, it bursts into flames. The entire bottom part of the torch bursts into flames, and you are immediately racked with this like migraine style headache, massive migraine, kind of starts in the back of your temple and then works its way up to the top of your head. Knocks you down on your knees, and you are immediately filled in your mind with these images of volcanoes erupting, fire, brimstone, and a place that you are familiar with, as in the place that you last remember awakening, if that gives it away, being consumed by flame and fire.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Do we hear like a commotion as we walk into the?
If you wanted to cry out, you could, but it's debilitating pain, so you may not.
I feel like it would be like a shite, and like all the pain, but like not like I'm crying out like my entire left leg has been ripped off.
Oddly specific, but okay.
When those visions stop and the pain recedes, you find the torch still lit on the one end, laying on the ground next to you. Like you had dropped it, or it had jumped from your hand at some point.
Want to do something then, because I still don't want it staying here.
Faye. Hey.
What is it, Lyra? Lyra.
What are you doing?
I'm
Her
What
big
you
blue
doing?
Eyes.
give me just one more attempt before I say that there's like no hope for me. And so
That's
I
not true. There's always hope.
I want to use my Tentacle of the Deep's ability to summon one of my one of the water tentacles that I do, and use that to kind of like pick up the torch, hopefully like douse it, like where it's not on fire, and then use that to bring it to me.
Okay, you summon that water tentacle out, and it wraps around the base of the torch and kind of curls up around it to where it gets to the point where the flame is at. And as it does, you see that water start to boil, like bubble and boil on the inside, and you can see steam coming off the top of it.
Lyra's like quiet screaming. She's like,
Oh, that does not bode well.
"What are you doing?" She's like, "Stop! What are you doing?" She like poops you on the shoulder.
At this point, Rook and Arden, you walk through the front door of the temple, and you can hear Lyra running. What are you doing?
I couldn't leave this here.
Why not?
There's a lot of complicated things about me that just say that it's a bad idea to leave this here. And I probably shouldn't mention a lot of those complicated things in the honeymoon suite of a cultist that's got an altar room to Imix.
So you want to take it, or
I want to take it away from this particular spot.
You can hear this conversation taking place, Rook and Arden.
but what do you think is going to happen when it's missing? And then we were the last ones in here.
Well, those guys, and she points to the people that were doing the decorations, didn't notice us come in here. We touched them all over, poked, prodded, and they didn't even turn and acknowledge us, so
But what if they notice us leaving?
I doubt it. I think a
Fair
lot of
point.
those...
As I walk in.
Sorry, I wasn't doing my job.
Okay.
No, it's
I was being a bit of an idiot over here, but it's okay.
Oh, are you trying to fleece something?
No. And she looks over to the water tentacle wrapped
Yeah, as
around.
I'm literally looking at it. Like,
How much does this thing weigh, Joe?
How much does what, the
The torch?
torch? Pound or two?
is it solid gold?
Hey, Janet, do it.
It does look like it's probably not solid gold, but the outside of it is golden.
Oh, it's only gold plated? Oh, cheap.
It
Do
doesn't
we need
feel heavy
this?
enough for you to think it's solid gold.
I
I only
don't
worship my gods in platinum.
know, right? I don't need it, but I think that someone, if you could call it a someone important to me, would not appreciate it being here. And that's only an off chance because I really don't know the thoughts the thing has. But I'd rather play safe than sorry with this kind of arrangement.
I'm gonna
Okay.
mage hand it off.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain all of that at some point, but maybe let's figure out how to get out of here first.
Yeah, I'm fine explaining it, just not... And then she gestures to the room. Here.
Okay.
I do a look. I stay out lookout and just see if like anyone's coming or if anyone can hear us.
You see, there are probably about 8, 9 of these individuals in robes who are so focused and fixated on the task that they are performing, they're not acknowledging your existence. They seem to be, cloak up. They're just kind of like maneuvering magically and making things kind of decorated. They're summoning. Some of them are doing like druid things where they're making blooms on the on the garland and everything, and they don't even seem to really notice your existence.
Lyra's like, look. And she just jumps in front of one of them. Ta-da!
Wow.
All of them disappear. Just
That's bad. Do whatever you're going to do with that torch, huh?
She's gonna mage hand it.
I drop my the tentacle, so the water just kind of like whoo.
I can carry up to 10 pounds.
so
All
you
right.
pick it up off the ground with the mage hand, and it floats up.
Now what do you want to do with it?
We can. I know that we originally planned on staying for the open bar, but I'm fine just leaving, getting on our way, and then
So
just
you-
tossing that somewhere down the road.
I don't understand. How would someone that you wanted it not to be here, but rather be out?
I will explain when we're not in this room, Lyra. I promise.
Okay.
All right.
She looks over at Rook like. She looks over at Arden.
It's okay. Just
You all hear the front door creak open.
Ah, shite.
And the one that was standing out front, the one that both Lyra and Faye, you remember seeing that everybody in here looked like this individual, steps across the threshold, and you hear the door creaking again as it closes behind him.
All right. I will go distract him. Get that thing out of here. All right.
Okay. Hey, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I hate myself for doing this. How far away is the door from me right now, Joe?
You're in the temple area, so it's be 15 plus 15, so about 30 feet away.
Oh, okay. This is perfect. I like that number. It's a good number.
Are you gonna do a spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
Yeet
that
that
counts.
thing
'Cause I
through
think
the-
that's innate. I think if you're doing what you're about to do, I think that's innate, so it wouldn't count against like a spell you cast.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just something you can innately do.
It's still a spell. It's still a spell that I have to cast, though.
What are you doing?
Share.
Share with everyone, please.
I'm going to cry a little bit. And I'm going to, unfortunately, grab this bad boy because I can't mage hand and teleport with it. I'm going to Misty Step to the door.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do that, but first,
God help me.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Too easy, boss.
You're better than me.
Yes! 17, 18, 19, 19.
Ooh, you lucky.
I got the good dice and I'm not Jerice today,
The
so that
DC
means...
was 18.
Woo!
Shenanigans survives.
So
Oh,
you
thank
grab
God.
So
the
far.
torch
let's don't get too excited.
and you teleport right to the door. The door is currently shut, and he is standing, so you teleport right in front of him,
Ooh,
holding the
fun.
torch. And he just
fun.
kind of... Going somewhere?
I don't think we're gonna distract him now.
I don't know. Maybe it'll still work, but
I'm gonna keep pretending like I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing. And she's like, "You have a good day." And she's like gonna try and go around him.
Faye is gonna run to the door from the temple area and just kind of grab the guy by his robe and bring him in for a kiss to shock him.
And as this is happening, Rook is just posted up on the corner, just
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm now stunned into motionlessness too, but
like
Everyone's
what's that meme of like the guy that looks like Captain Kirk? He's just like yeah, just that.
So you run up and you grab him by the shoulders and pull him in and kiss him. His eyes are wide open, and he is just totally shocked by what's going on at this point. Lyra, allowing you to kind of go around him out the front door. As soon as you cross the threshold of the temple,
Please let this work, please.
the flame splits and two little sparks come out of the flame that you're holding and kind of twirl around and form and start to kind of grow and form this humanoid shape of flame as two
that's bad.
fire elementals
Oh,
are
this
now
is such a
standing
bad
in front
idea.
of you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Arden,
Hey,
I
but
think-
what if I said
I don't
hi to
think this
them?
is
Would
what-
they still want to be mad and fight, or like, nah?
What if I said hi to them?
Yeah, I already tried that one.
Arden, what did you roll for your initiative?
18.
18 for Arden. Rook,
22.
22. Nice
I
roll.
also have 22.
Lyra. Okay, who has the higher dex?
I'm gonna be sure he does.
That's me. I have an 18.
All right. And Faye, what did you roll?
5.
That's fair.
You're really involved in that kiss. You're really trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Damn. Get it.
All right. So, let me turn this down just a tad because it's like really loud in my ears. There we go. Didn't realize how loud that was. All right. So, Rook, you're up first. You are standing at the temple. You can hear what's going on, but as it's kind of an L-shaped building, you can't really see.
Well, I would have been at like the apex of like the room, and then like the
So you're kind of in the
So-
corner
yeah.
area. Then you
and I would have just been like, I would have seen her like, fwah, fwah. And just like, oh no, this is just bad. But I'm just looking and I'm like, Arden, we got elementals, and like, I will. What's above me?
rafters.
Good. I'm going to try to stealth and climb my way up to the rafters, out of view from at least out of view from the individual that Faye's making out with right now.
Okay, go ahead and roll your stealth. That'll be your action.
I can do it as a bonus action.
You can roll a stealth as a. Oh, that's right. Hide. Rogue.
Rogues. Rogues, man.
What are you gonna do?
19.
That is enough to disappear into the shadows of the rafters.
Okay. Do I have any movement so I can see like out of a window?
There is. So you're up in the rafters, and they kind of crisscross and have these V shapes that come down, so you can easily maneuver up there because there's enough of them. And in the second part, where the foyer is, there's a circular window. It's probably about a good foot in diameter, so you couldn't get out of it, but you can definitely see through it, and you could break the glass if you so desired. That would
Okay.
provide you cover as well, because it's only a foot. And then the stone face of the
So I can see the two elementals that are sandwiching Lyra right
yes. Well, they're both
Uh,
standing in front of Lyra, preventing her from leaving.
now.
So
Okay.
she's not flanked or anything.
Okay, so I know the guy that's unlocked with Faye is a mage. Two fire elementals. Who's the bigger priority right now? All right, I'm gonna kill the fire elementals because I know Lyra wouldn't want me to kill a regular person. So, I will throw through the window one of my daggers.
Okay, roll your attack.
That's a 21.
A 21 will connect.
And that is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 piercing damage.
All right. What's half of 11? Round up.
Ah,
12,
shit,
6.
that's right.
So you kind of crack through the window, and you throw your dagger, and it flies straight and true, and you hit what would be the heart of a humanoid, right?
Right.
Would have struck true, and any commoner would be down for the count. However, the dagger pierces through the flame, and you see the handle catch fire, and the blade get hot as it just sits there kind of floating, like it's stuck in jello almost. And the blade itself is just kind of heating up like it's in a forge.
I just sit there just like, In my turn.
Lyra.
I can do.
You're up. What would you like to do with these two fire elementals that are standing in front of you? And you saw the dagger kind of right into it, just kind of start heating up.
I'll get that for you as I cast Chill Touch.
God, that's like my favorite.
I'm so sad about this. 17?
A 17 is going to connect. Are you attacking the one with the dagger in it or the other?
Yeah, I'm attacking with the dagger in it. I'm kind of like, I should get in there.
Don't worry.
With my ghostly skeleton.
I'm a professional. Pushes it further in.
That's a whole wonderful 5 necrotic damage.
All right. It is sensitive to cold damage, but
It's
not necrotic,
cold, necrotic, yeah. It's such a misleading fucking spell.
right?
Hey, we need your hentai shit.
I know, right?
Anything else?
That's it for me that I can do.
Arden.
Yeah. Okay, well, assuming Faye has the other guy,
I've got him under control, I think.
taken care of or something, whatever's happening over there, I will go over and futilely smack at a fire elemental with a sword. Let's...
Excuse me.
Well, it's not like, full of passion or anything. It's really just the shock factor.
Yeah, sure. In
and
your canon.
Yeah. Got headcanon going on over here. 13 to hit.
You just meet the AC of this thing, so yes, you do connect because...
Woo! Big number. That is
whammies, no
9 damage.
All right. Is that piercing, slashing?
That is slashing damage.
All right. So you swing and you see your sword cut through these flames, and you feel a little bit of resistance, not a whole lot. You can tell you're slicing through something, but there's not an organic material there as you're slicing through these flames, and you can see the tip and the edge of your sword kind of get bright red as you're passing through, almost like it's being put through a forge, and it lets out a holler.
I don't like that sound.
I didn't quite hear it. Do it again, Joe. There we go. Yeah, I heard it that time.
Yeah. And that's what I got for now.
Okay. Well, it's the fire elemental's turn to attack. And it reaches out towards Arden as Arden is the closest one to it. And at this point, it is going to reach out and attack you as it tries to grab you by the shoulder with its flame hands. And that is an 18 to hit.
That'll do it.
All right, and that is
71.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I've been there with you.
8 fire damage.
Oof.
As he puts his hand on your shoulder, you feel that singe, and your skin starts to kind of bubble up. And is it first or third degree? That I always get them mixed. Third degree
Third is the worst one.
okay. First, second, third step. Okay, so you start to feel that first degree burn.
Good times.
And the other fire elemental is going to reach out towards Faye, seeing that that has done it, and is going to also try to grab your hand. Your
You mean
wrist.
Lyra or Faye?
I'm sorry, yes, Lyra. Lyra's standing there with the chill touch.
Like-
I mean,
What
like,
is this? I mean, what is this, Dawson?
And that
super long
is
arms.
I was like, what the hell?
an
Yoga.
11, 12, 13, 14,
Yoga
15,
flame.
17 to hit. Alright. 2d6.
Oof.
That's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fire damage. As it grabs your wrist, you can feel it go from a first to a second, probably to a third degree burn as it holds onto your wrist and your skin begins to kind of bubble up. And you drop the torch onto the ground.
Not feeling too good.
Faye,
She also kind of changes seasons.
to autumn, are you red now too?
Yeah, let's go a bit to summer.
Faye, it is your turn. You are currently lip-locked with this individual whose eyes wide open in shock and horror just staring at you.
I want to pull my dagger out. So, like, I've got a dagger that is sheathed at the small of my back. I want to pull that out and stab him.
Roll your attack.
At advantage?
He is completely stunned, so yeah, you can have advantage on that.
Hell yeah. That is an 18 to
Actually,
hit.
I think we already have advantage, don't we? Because of the tree. We never got to use that.
Yeah, we had 2 stacks of advantage. So,
That one
So
was a
that's
free
an-
one, because you had him stunned. He was...
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, 18 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to connect.
Only 3 damage, though.
That's enough to do it, because he had commoner stats. And you shove that knife, and his eyes go from shock and awe to terror.
Good.
As he just kind of like loses all muscle in his body, goes limp, and he kind of like falls onto you and just kind of like lets his hands drag down and then goes limp on the ground.
I mean, he
take
popped a
the-
fill before he died. Nice.
Yeah, right. I take the back of the hand that's holding the dagger, and I wipe my lips.
All right.
Hot. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that later.
So you have killed him, and he is down, bleeding out from this gut wound that you have kind of shoved the knife into his chest at. That brings
Yeah.
us back up to Rook. There's still
Oh,
2 fire
can I take my
elementals.
movement to
Yes.
step up to the fire elementals?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay. Rook, what are you doing from the shadows in the rafters above?
You said I can't get through this window, right?
Right, it's only about a foot in diameter, so you'd have to be a very small individual to squeeze through that.
All right. I will hop down. Batman status. Vengeance. Take a survey of the area, and seeing my dagger didn't do much. I haven't attuned to it, but I'm going to just use the what I assume is a magical dagger, and hoping that the strike works. And I'm going to kind of like run out there and strike at it with advantage.
All right. Strike with advantage with your hopefully magical dagger.
Oh, natural 20. Nice.
Hey!
Nice.
That's a total of 26. And
Remember, you get your max damage plus
max
your
damage
roll.
and then roll, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 damage
Nice.
from this hopefully magical dagger.
And you're striking the one with the other dagger that's
Yeah, the
still
one that I struck. No, yeah, and especially since I see it's hurting Lyra, and she doesn't look too good. I'm gonna strike at that one.
All right. Well, actually, the one that hurt Lyra is the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one that struck out at Lyra. So that's up to you.
I'll strike the one I already struck.
Okay. Do you have any bonus actions that you would like to take?
Bonus action, short sword. As I remove from like my back, I pull out a short sword and I strike at the one that is attacking Lyra.
Okay. Do you have extra attack at this level?
Well, if I have a light weapon in my hand, in my offhand, I can use a second attack as a bonus action.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
How short is your short sword? Is that and because this creature is engaged, you have your sneak attack. Don't forget that.
Well, I have my second advantage, so I was just going to use that. And that is a 16.
Okay, that'll hit.
I just don't get my modifier, so that's 4 damage.
All right.
So that's 2, I guess 2.
Yeah, and you can see some of the flame kind of like change color around your blade, and you hear it as you swipe at it. So you did do damage to it. It just doesn't seem to be very affected by it.
Right.
And
What about the one that I strike with the magical dagger? Well, supposedly magical.
Yeah, that one seemed to take a lot more.
Okay.
It was more affected by it. And that brings us to Lyra. Lyra, what are you doing?
Burning hands. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to not be happy about that and drop down. I'm going to grab that bitch and I'm going to, again, cast Misty Step and cry. And be somewhere else.
Okay. Where are you heading? Are you heading, like, left, right, back, past them, forward towards the tavern?
I'm going to go backwards because why not?
Wait, how many times can you do Misty Step?
This feels.
Is that a racial trait or a class
Yeah.
trait?
Yeah,
or...
you know what? It is. It is. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it
a
was
ritual
under my
trait.
spells. Oh, I can't do that. So I guess I'll just die.
I mean, you can run.
I guess I can't really hack another hit though, but that is fine. Actually, I'll be fine. Yeah, she's just gonna like disengage and just go away.
Okay.
It's my action.
And you're running backwards back into the temple? All right. Let me do this.
I think that a dead cultist is a great thing to step into the threshold of
it
your
is,
honeymoon
and
suite.
She's going to be super sad about
Joe,
that.
oh wow, Joe, someone use call lightning to strike at the one that's attacking Lyra.
Awesome. That actually works out really well, because what happens is, if I can find the thing.
Such a nice person.
So
Whoever that
nice.
person was. Yeah.
I know, right?
Good looking out, man. Good looking out. Or woman. Or they.
Entity.
As soon as you turn and start to run, a dark cloud envelops the sky, and lightning strikes down and kind of evaporates the one that was sitting on empty with its health points. I was trying to be more descriptive than that, but that's not how it came out.
It's been a day, right?
We're like so
it's
close
okay.
though.
The one that everyone has been attacking, a heatened dagger falls to the ground as it kind of evaporates, and then Lyra kind of runs across the threshold holding the torch, and as soon as she crosses the threshold back into the temple, the other fire elemental also evaporates.
Bite.
And you are all out of combat now.
Wow! What happened?
This thing's got guardians set up, I guess. And like,
She's gonna try and like medically check out this person.
Go ahead. Roll a medicine check on the corpse.
Medicine check on the guy that's cut in half.
Faye's just wiping off the blood on her pants before sticking the knife back into the sheath.
14.
You can tell that the person has bled out on the floor here. There is a obvious cut wound, deep cut wound, right below the sternum, and it's in an upward angle, as if someone had thrust a dagger into this person's chest in an upward angle. You can also see the bottom of the wound has been kind of widened out, so somebody probably twisted.
A lot crueler than I had made it in my mind, but I'm okay with it.
And,
Gave him his last kiss.
I'm not gonna correct it, but
I mean, I wasn't thinking it as cruel. Like, it was
I
still
feel
a
like
pretty.
you were. Yeah, no, I feel like
It's-
that'd be some dumb shit you would do. Stab, just turn it, just to be just to be sure.
Just
Turn
to
it one
be
more
sure.
time, just to be sure. Pull that bitch out, wipe that bitch, put it back in, wipe your mouth off, and just call it a fucking day.
Yeah,
I feel like that's on point. That's on brand.
it's on brand. Canon accepted.
Yeah, Lyra's eyes are just like a golden yellow, and she does not look happy. She's looking up like, why?
I may have overestimated the risk that he posed. He's no risk anymore.
Yeah, because
She
he's
takes a swig of her alcohol.
dead.
And there's a flask that
right, and
just
she gets
appeared.
a flask from somewhere.
I
We
hope
don't
you
ask
weren't
where the
this
flask comes
stupid
from.
thing, and she like throws it at you.
Past the threshold.
I was gonna say, are you still
Right
outside?
back. Yeah, I was gonna. No, she's inside. She threw it inside.
No.
I was
Faye
asking
walked-
if Faye
No,
was
yeah,
inside.
Faye
you
walked
take it
out.
with you.
So you threw it outside the threshold.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, because Faye went out to meet the fire elementals.
Okay, roll initiative as the fire elemental comes back. As the
Just the singular
Just the one, right?
Nope, there are two of them.
Oh, no.
Lyra's gonna stand right in the doorway.
Fair.
I have
Us.
to restart this. I had a manual entry. Okay, restart. My encounters. Arden, what's your initiative?
Oh, we're rolling it again.
Yeah.
No, just keep me down. at
22.
Oh, actually, hold on. That's 20, 1, 2, 3. That's 23.
16.
A 23 and a 16 for Faye.
We're just not gonna. She's not gonna participate this time.
It's okay. It's a 5 anyway, so it's on brand.
Arden, what'd you get?
22.
22. All right. Rook, you're up first again, as you're watching the torch fly across the threshold and land on the ground in front of Faye. It splits, and there are 2 sparks that start to form, and there are 2 fire elementals. Both of them look like they are in full health.
Are they now outside or inside the
They
temple?
are outside the temple, because Lyra had thrown the thing across the threshold outside, and it landed in front of Faye's feet. What would you like to do, Rook?
And I give my isn't an action to hand something to Arden?
Depending on the item and everything, it would either be an action or a bonus action.
I wanted to hand him the the dagger, the magical dagger.
Dagger's a small thing, so you could do that as a bonus action.
I hand him, I was like, this looks like it works. And then I want to pick up the chalice or the torch.
Okay. You pick up the torch. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
What is my wisdom save? That's a 21.
Yeah. So you feel a rack of pain, like a sharp pain kind of in the back of your skull, and then it kind of spreads and dissipates. But you now have...
Ow. Okay. I'm going to say, I'll be back. And I'm going to, like, run as far as I can towards the back of the church or the cathedral.
Okay, so you're picking it up from outside and you run back towards the church.
Yeah, not inside, but, like, towards the back of it.
Oh, okay, so you're staying outside and you go towards the back of the church. I got you. Okay. So you're able to get about halfway around to the side of the church. The rest of your movement will get you to the back of the church.
Okay. And then, I'll end my turn there, because I've already used my action and bonus action, right?
Uh-huh. All right. Well, it is the fire elemental on the left's turn, because it rolled high, apparently. And it is going to reach out. And Faye, you're kind of standing right there as as the torch is also at your feet. That is a 18 to hit.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and
Oh, for sure.
ooh, that's 11 fire damage.
You
As it
fucker.
reaches out and tries to like grab you by the shoulder, it misses and grabs you by the bicep. And you start to feel that first, then second degree, and you start to feel your skin start to blister underneath the fire.
Right.
And then that brings us to Arden.
Oh, hey. Well, let's go attack something with a dagger, I guess. Seems a terrible idea. And as Rook runs off, I'd be like, wasn't there like a fountain or something over here? Throw it in the water! And
There's a
yeah,
method to my madness.
let me find... Oh, I don't even know what kind of dagger it is. How about I'll just roll...
Well, it's I don't know if it's +1, but you have to attune to it, so I know it's
Right.
magical.
I'm
know.
just trying to... Well, I don't have any extra bonuses for that. It should be the same. Ooh, that is a nat 20.
Nice!
Hey!
Max damage plus your roll then. And are you attacking the one on the left or the one on the right?
Yes, let's
Hey,
say
is it-
left.
Okay.
I'm calling it the dagger of luck at this point. The second person to get a natural 20 using the dagger.
What is a dagger? D4?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a D4.
Okay.
Lyra
so
has ousted into the Feywild. She said, "Nope, I'm out."
it
Yeah.
is 8 and just roll a D4 here. Boop, 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 3. So that is, wow, 15
Nice.
total.
All right. So you feel that resistance of like this jello pudding mix kind of consistency as you slice into with the dagger, and it lets out that guttural. Seems like it's kind of speaking some sort of language.
If it's speaking primordial, I understand it.
You hear, motherfucker.
Good deal. Do we still have 2 advantages?
Yeah, we had
You
an
have not
stack.
used any. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's action surge then and do that.
Oh yeah,
Action
fighter.
surge. Using features.
So that's 15 and 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
And let's do that D4 thing again. 5.
All right. Hey, every little bit helps. You thrust that dagger in, and
At least it's taking all the 5.
you feel it like sink into that consistency that's just not organic. It's not something you're used to fighting, and it's just weird. But it seems to take that damage as fucking A in Primordial.
Bro, stop.
It's a shame I gotta kill these guys.
Oh, heck. I will also blow the bonus action second wind.
All right.
Hey.
All the features, guys. All the
Yeah,
features.
now we're done. That's it. I got nothing else. D10 plus 2.
I feel a double level up coming. We had to fight these guys twice.
11 points back. Yay! Which is actually more than I ended up. Boom. All right. I'm done.
All right. That brings us to Faye.
Alright, so first course of action, ow, that hurt. So she's going to put a hand on her chest and cast False Life. And heal 6.
Okay.
Right? Because. Well, it's 6 temporary hit points. So she's kind of healed, kind of not. She's 6 more than what she was.
Temporarily.
Temporarily, until they go away. And that's an action. I don't really have any bonus actions to do.
Is a tentacle not a bonus action?
I believe that. Yeah, no, tentacle's a bonus action. So I'm going to do my second tentacle of the deep. So swirling water cycle comes up. And how close are the 2 fire elementals to each other?
They're about 10 feet apart. There's a 5-foot space in between them.
5-foot space right between them because I've got 10-foot reach on the tentacle.
Perfect.
So and then when I create it, I can make a melee spell attack. Wow.
Melee smack.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, that's
So-
pretty
It's not
accurate.
wrong. I mean,
Yeah. So the one on me, the leftmost one, the one that it's got its hand on me, is the one that I'm aiming for. So that is going to be a
Consent.
15 to hit,
That'll do it.
and it takes 9 cold damage.
Ooh. It actually seems to affect it more than you anticipated, as it takes 18 cold damage from that tentacle smack. I imagine the tentacle just like kind of undulates and then just like right across
Yeah.
the face.
Basically.
All right.
No touchy. Buy me
That
a
brings
drink
us
first.
to the other fire elemental on the right, and as it is the one that has just gotten smacked in the face, it is going to retaliate against you, Faye. And that is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to take 7 fire damage.
All right. It's okay.
No more 10 points for you.
And Lyra, you're seeing all this happen in the background. What would you like to do as you stay inside the temple? You're gonna pantomime?
She's gonna let it happen.
We can't hear you.
She's like angrily carving in the ground.
Our back door.
There is a back door.
I'm just gonna go out the back door.
You open the door, and you are now in the back side of the temple.
Cool.
It comes out just after the library, in between the library and the temple. You see this little door, and boop, you're out there. That
And you
brings
see
us-
Rook run by with a torch.
That brings us up to Rook. So Rook, if you use the rest of your movement to go to the back of the temple, you turn the corner and you see Lyra coming out the back door.
I don't.
Lyra, sorry, Lyra. You got me calling her Lyra now.
Accept it like I have my whole life.
You're- I probably don't pay attention to her, and the wings go, and I use my movement to fly upward.
Okay.
My action to fly for another 30 feet, then my bonus action to go even further into the sky. So kind of like Superman takeoff, like
My favorite part about a rogue is actions move, regular move, bonus action move.
So you turn the corner and then your wings come out and you take off, and you're probably about a good 50 feet up in the air.
Okay.
You're up high enough to see over the top of the steeple of the temple, and you can now see the two fire elements, Arden and Faye, on the other side of the church.
And I probably just realized Lyra just saw me, and I was like, later. And how far is the ocean? How far inland are we?
You're pretty far. Sarah Loon was the port town, and you're in
Okay.
Mulhessan, so you're...
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a day's travel there.
That was a day's travel. Okay.
We got this. Go ahead, man. You
Come back a day later. It's like,
You missed it. Like, I'm not repeating my whole tragic backstory. You just have to deal without it.
right.
okay. I'm gonna try to get as far as away from town as possible.
Okay, well, on your next turn, you can then take
Yeah.
off and go that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna.
Are you going south, north, east, west? I mean, you're kind of in the town on the northern end, so if you go north, you'll get out of town fastest.
Yeah. I'm gonna go further north.
Okay. That brings us to the elemental on the left, which is going to attack Faye.
They like you.
Oh, yeah, they probably like me a lot.
That is an 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. So it reaches for you, and at this point, you're used to what this thing is trying to do, and you just kind of shimmy out of the way as it claws at you.
Not fun, is it? And she replies in primordial. Hers is an Aquan dialect, but they still understand. So
You
it's
see it look like, if it had eyes, it has like this yellow section of
Uh-huh.
flame that kind of looks confused for a second, and you see it turn its head towards the other one, and you hear, "Dude, bruh," in primordial.
Nice.
Arden,
Ask her for her deeds.
All right. Well, I guess we'll dagger again. I was gonna say maybe try kissing one.
Yeah.
they're not my type.
17 to hit,
a 17 will connect, yeah.
They're clearly Aries.
and that gives us a 6 more damage.
All right.
Too hot-headed.
Right?
Any bonus actions or movement?
Nope.
Okay. Faye.
False
You're up.
life. Again. 6 healing, rolled 6 temp HP once again.
Okay.
And then bonus action, smack. And we're gonna smack the same one, the one that, got pretty fucked up.
Okay.
And let me roll some damage on that. Come on. Don't do this to me, D&D Beyond. Oh, I need to roll to hit first. Will a 21 hit?
A 21 will do it.
10 cold damage.
All right. So, and you're doing that with the tentacle that's in the middle of the two of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of like undulating in between, and then you command it to kind of wrap
Whip.
around, and it whips, and it wraps and coils around, and you see those yellow, like, eye features kind of look terrified for a second as it goes, "Bye, bruh," and it
I love
turns
these
into
guys.
steam.
Like, they sound so intimidating when you don't understand the language, and then they're just like
Right.
surfer bros.
Turns out they're just Keanu Reeves later.
Yes.
So that one has
Bacoli.
evaporated into steam.
Now I just imagine Keanu Reeves as an elder phoenix.
Right.
That's why he always like stays so young.
But that brings us to the other fire elemental that's still there, who is attacking Arden. Arden, that's an 18 to hit.
That does it.
Okay. You hear him in Primordial. Faye, you hear him, "Nah, bruh," as he attacks Arden. 679. That's going to be 9 fire damage as he reaches out to you, Arden, and grabs you by the
Excellent.
chest and just sears through. So now you've got this burnt hole in your armor right there.
Okay, that makes me unhappy.
It's fucking with the armor that like throws him off.
Arden's gonna turn green and then just,
And
turns out
since
he's a barbarian.
he is mad and pissed off that his bra returned, they do have multi-attack, so he's attacking again.
Whee!
And that is a 14 to hit this time.
Yes.
Okay. Lucky, that's only 6 fire damage. As he reaches out with his other hand and touches the exact same spot with the skin exposed, you starts to sear the flesh.
No, that was a miss. Did you say 14?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, it's a miss.
Okay, never mind then. He reaches out, and you're pissed, and you're looking at this, and you see him reaching out towards the same spot and move out of the way as he reaches, misses. And that is going to bring us to Lyra. Lyra, are you doing anything else?
Motherfucker flying away.
Did you notice me flying away?
I mean, she
I'm
was
gonna
standing
say
right
it's
at
kind
the
of
door.
fucking not notice.
Because it probably would, like, literally in 6 seconds, I would have, like, flew, like, almost immediately.
There's really no cover, though, and she was standing right there as you turned
Yeah, she
the
just like
corner.
opened the door, and then like a second later, there's Rook.
Not to mention, like, yeah, like a 12-foot wingspan or something.
I saw it like a couple minutes prior. You falling out of a tree, bro. I mean,
No, you didn't see that, though. You didn't see that. Because you were still inside the tavern.
whatever. I fucking saw your bitch ass fly away. I don't fucking care. Like, I'm gonna be one to be like, oh, wings. I'm like, the bitch probably had him the whole time. Makes sense.
So, what are you doing? Anything in particular, or are you just cursing at him as he flies away?
No, I'm gonna go punch trees or something over there. Got a lot of aggression I gotta get out.
Lyra walks over to a tree and starts punching it.
Go.
It lets out a horrendous
Punch
scream.
trees.
What
I'm
the
just kidding.
Not again!
Not in
Ivan
this
wakes
one.
up in Barovia like, I had this weird dream. Dream one again, and I was the girl this time.
So yeah,
Nice.
that brings us back around to Rook. What are you doing, Rook?
Same thing. 30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet.
Straight up
No,
towards
forward.
north. Okay.
Towards north.
Yeah, you're flying away. You are. outside of the village area. You can see that you're outside of the area that has buildings and everything, but you're still in view of the town at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That fire elemental is dead, so it brings us to Arden. Arden, what are you doing?
Guess we'll dagger one more time. That is 18 to hit.
18's gonna do it.
And 5 more points of damage.
All right.
One of us is going to whittle the other one to death here in a minute.
All right, Faye, you're up. What are you doing? There's only one left. Your tentacle is still there, right? That's a concentration thing? Or is it timed?
It's timed. It's a minute, so it's only been 2 rounds, so.
Yep.
I'm doing another false life because, ow. And I will, okay, I can deal with that. So that puts me at a total of 13 temp hit points for just about an hour. And then another smack. And that's going to be a 20 to hit.
20's gonna connect.
And that is 9 damage cold.
Okay. So your tentacle kind of comes up and it goes to smack, and you see it kind of split into a 2-pronged tentacle at the end, and it goes in and kind of moves his little flame hand around as you're trying to, and then he misses and it pokes him in the eyes. And
Naturally, of course. Right. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Any bonus actions?
The tentacle is my bonus action.
That's right. Your action was healing the temp hit points.
The temps, yeah.
All right. Well, it is its turn to retaliate, and it's going to do 2 attacks with its multi-attack, one at Arden and one at Faye. The first one is at Faye, and that is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. And that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fire damage. And
10 fire damage,
Second one is at Arden. Arden, that is a 21 to hit.
Ugh.
Ooh, that sounded bad.
That will hit.
You're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fire damage.
How you doing over there?
Not good.
Neither am I.
All right. And that brings us back down to Lyra punching trees.
I'm hurt because my hand still hurts, so now I'm kicking it.
Okay.
I can't see the front from here, right?
No. You can see the tree. You can hear a commotion going on.
Sounds like a.
I'm going to be very little help here, guys.
Okay. Like 2 more turns and this thing's gonna be gone, so.
We can hope.
Well, or we are. One of the two.
Yeah, one of the 2.
Rook, you're up. What are you doing?
Another. I'm gonna start descending. And
there's a critter.
Go ahead, Ronald. You can descend as you're descending. We'll get your critter here in a second, Kikar.
the heal critter, neat. But I descend to like a tall tree, and I'm just going to place the torch somewhere up above it, in like the toppest part as I can.
So you're descending and then putting the torch in a tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that with your movement, and you place it kind of in a snug little branch, like a little V in the branch. You kind of set it there.
Right.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
No, seriously, it's just you. We got defunded.
See how everyone was able to say that with their shirts on, Smokey? Just stating a fact.
None of us are druids, so.
Oh my gosh!
And then
Be shirtless.
I will start. I will start heading back when I can.
Okay. So you turn around and start flying back.
Yeah.
That fire elemental's dead. Arden, you're up. What are you doing?
Oh, let's dagger the thing again.
All right.
Finish it.
It's the low level warrior lament. Here we go. I did all of my things already. Do we still have any advantages left?
I think you still have one left.
Yeah, I think you
Alright.
only used one.
Let's try it again then, because that one sucked. That sucked even worse. 11.
We leveled up
and-
from fighting rats in the basement.
An 11 actually is not going to hit it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't figure. Okay, I'm done. I'm out. I got nothing.
All right, Faye, you're up. What are you doing?
False life and a smack.
All right.
All right, got 7 temp HP, bringing me up to 10. And then we gonna smack it.
You just do that at will?
Yeah, my my patron gave me that at will. And I'm gonna use my last advantage. Shit, I rolled the same thing. So 11 doesn't hit.
They win. Whee!
All right. Well, it is its turn, and it's going to do 2 attacks. No, it's not. It's going to do 1 attack because it just nat 1'd. You lucky, lucky MFers.
Lucky my ass.
Ooh, redeemed a roll with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Roll with disadvantage, DM.
How
Well,
can
I
you
nat
do-
1, so I'll roll with disadvantage on the next roll that I do. Because I don't want to roll for disadvantage when I already nat 1. So we'll save that for the next
Oh, I
time.
thought
we
he was
roll.
talking about the second multi-attack is what he was talking about.
No, that's for DMs only. But
Right, but you said it had
No,
2
you're-
attacks, but
it
then
has
it
2
only had
attacks.
1 because
But
you
it
rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, it nat 1, so I don't want to re-roll that nat 1. If it nat 1s, it's not going to get that second attack.
Okay.
Because it basically just
Utterly missed.
stands there in a stupor.
Flubbed itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Guys, can you please stop getting critical failures and fucking successes? That'd be great.
No.
But
you gotta get swole, cat.
I need both you and not you doesn't help. I
All
need
of us.
both Arden and Faye to roll a d10.
Who's dying first?
4.
5.
You each get those amount of hit points restored as a white crane-like bird comes out of the sky, out of the clouds, and kind of flies down and lands in between the two of you. And it looks like a white stork, but it's got one singular feather at the top of it that kind of sticks out and up that's rainbow colored. And it seems to be wearing some sort of like it looks like somebody had a bracelet that they put around the neck of this bird that made a necklace.
I dig it.
And it just kind of like stands there in between the two of you, and it spreads its wings, healing you, and then stands there. And this is the critter that Kikar summoned.
Thanks, you funky bird.
This is not even the weirdest thing we've seen today.
Looks over to like the tentacle that's like waving right next to the
Whipping
fire element.
around.
Like, yeah, no, definitely not the weirdest.
Rook, you're up. What are you doing? You're probably a good 100 feet away at this point,
Yeah, no, just
so flying back.
high speed. Yeah, high speed, Mach 3.
At the end of this turn, you get about 15 feet away from Lyra kicking or hugging a tree, whatever she's doing with the tree at this point.
Still
Okay.
kicking.
Still kicking.
Kicking, punching, hugging, whatever.
Crying, screaming.
That fire elemental's dead. So Arden, you're up.
Okie dokie, come on, baby. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Come
Fatality.
on.
Arden wins.
Big
Come on, buddy.
D4, that's it's 6 damage.
Oh, look at that. So it's kind of standing there in a stupor, and you take advantage of that, and you take that dagger, and you shove it up into the chin of this elemental. And you hear this primordial blah, 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 as it kind of starts to evaporate. And Faye, you understand it as No, not cool, bruh.
I'm gonna say later, bruh.
And then it evaporates.
Hope not later.
Great.
Well,
For your sake. And mine.
And
it's
you
not
are
like
now
I had a vision of the whole world being on fire or anything.
you are now out of combat.
Ugh.
Oh, and I drop the
Yeah,
tentacle.
I'm just gonna sit down right here.
Like, Faye is like hands on her knees, like just leaning over, like, oh.
Well, that was a good time.
They ain't here no more, so
Yeah. I will land on like the rooftop and like kind of survey the area and see that they've taken care of the elementals. Okay.
thanks
guys
for not
good?
running it off, for Arden. I don't think I would have
Ouch.
made. Well, you did a pretty good job getting that thing away from here. As she like turns up to the roof.
Yes. Only a few can get it now.
All right, that's better. Let's get out of town and on the road.
Again.
Okay.
Probably a good idea. And there may be a place to take a nap.
A nap would be a really good idea. Probably not in the town where we'll probably get caught by whatever we just stole from.
Can we well where's like can we remember where that caravan or that stop that was like run by Acquisitions Incorporated was at? You said it was like nearby.
We're going I want to say it was west that we were heading to follow the trail upwards. And I can't remember the city. Let me see if I've got it on my notes.
Hey Joe.
Yes.
Does necrotic damage everything, like, or is it just only living organisms?
I don't think it does undeads or fiends, but other
It
than that, I
depends-
think it's everything.
It depends if the undead says specifically
I
if
don't
it's
care about
resistant.
undead.
Yeah.
Just acting about inanimate objects.
Looks like our next one was actually Sembria, but this is like old notes, so that would be going east instead of west.
Mhm.
But that's if we follow their route, because they went Mulhessan, Sembria, Cormanther.
Yeah, they went
That-
up and around the long way.
Yeah, so we could go west and kind of shut off where they were last seen.
Joe, I sent you a message.
Seeing Arden and like you guys get out of sight before anyone sees us. I'll go round up our
It's gotten quiet. Too quiet.
and I will go to the other side of the church to see if I can find anyone.
Turn on the roof to face the other way. So Faye is just standing on the western, or on the road that leads westward out of the city, like, just like, all right, I want to. I'm ready.
Do I see Lyra? Lyra?
You see, Lyra is no longer standing at the tree. She has walked into the inside of the temple.
All right, I drop down.
As you drop down and walk in, you see her reaching out to the support pillar, and you see a skeletal hand reach out and grab around the support pillar.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Just taking care of the temple.
Well, we gotta go.
I'm going to do it to all of them.
As you're going around doing that, you see
can
the
do up
flowers.
to numbers of spaces. I think it's 120. Yeah, it's 120, so I can do it from the door.
You see the flowers that were on the garland kind of start to decay and then fall off the garland and land on the floor. The leaves of the garland also start to kind of turn fall colors, and then they fall off and land in the ground of the church.
I kind of grab her wrist. I was like, "What are you doing? And why are you doing this?" I can't hear you.
Your mic.
Eat
Can
the
you hear me
mic.
now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if this isn't a good place, then we should make sure it doesn't get used again.
That's fair. Like, are you like your regular self, or are you still in summer?
She's still in summer. Yeah. She's like really trying to get this fucking rock to just like, I want it.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we have the power to do that right now, but we gotta go.
Just gonna firebolt the shit out of this place.
All right, I'm going to grab her.
Drag her away.
Yeah.
She's shooting as you drag her back.
Put her on your shoulder. She's doing a rocket.
So yeah, you finally get her out front with Arden and Faye, so all four of you are together again, and you see a group of red pandas wearing
Run.
musketeer hats and
She's still
black
on my
trench
shoulder.
coats.
Eyes just go from like gold to just back to blue.
Alright, just we walk on like we weren't here, we were just passing by, and we get out of town.
They stand up on their hind legs and look over towards the temple, and then you see them like pounce like towards you, and they're kind of like all three doing this. And as they're heading towards you, the old woman that you saw earlier comes out
This is bad.
of the tavern,
We walk. Just walk.
followed by
Oh no.
a 7.5 foot tall, white-haired Yuan-Ti individual.
Oh, this is bad.
Arden, those eyes look, like you immediately recognize the eyes on this woman.
Act natural and we walk away, hopefully with our lives.
Aren't they so cute? I want to touch them.
The three red pandas come up to you and start kind of sniffing you. I need you all to roll.
I hug it.
You're kind of in arm's reach, so you could like scoop down and like.
I'm gonna hug it. I'm gonna love it.
So what are we
You're all
rolling?
gonna die.
I need you to roll. What was I gonna have you roll? I can't even remember now.
If it's
As long
anything
as it doesn't start
charisma
with
based,
an
I
I.
should be good.
Oh, perception. I was gonna have you roll perception.
Okay.
As you reach out, Lyra, and go to kind of like hug this thing, it takes a step backwards, and it draws its rapier and points it boop, right at the bottom part of your nose.
I wanna love you.
I rolled a nat 20 for a total of 22.
What did I ask you to stop doing?
Perception.
Perception.
I got a 16.
I got 11. I'm like
I got a rock.
confused by the pandas.
I got a rock too.
What did you get, Rook?
16.
16. So you see the Yuan-Ti is wearing a like a blazer jacket, and on the blazer jacket there's an Acquisitions Incorporated
God damn it!
embroidered logo.
Mm-hmm.
Faye,
Good for her.
you can see as the door's shutting behind her for the saloon, there is an individual behind her that looks like a very much younger identical twin to the old lady that you're seeing. You would assume that that's probably her daughter. She's got like a strawberry blonde but more red hair in the same outfit. She's a little bit taller. She's about 4.5, 4'8" feet tall. She's a little taller than the old woman, and she carries herself with better posture. But other than that, she looks younger, but identical to that old lady.
Okay.
She is wearing a bridal gown,
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay.
and the door shuts.
Now we really need to get out of here.
Yeah, let's I know I said we stay for the open bar. I'm fine. That was
I
enough.
will buy you a bar.
Yeah, let's just get out. Let's head down. We're walking by the temple. Let's get out.
Okay, so the pandas kind of like follow behind you, not like immediately behind you, but like
Right.
when you're moving, they kind of like hop along and then stand up and sniff the air and wait. And then as you keep going, they kind of like follow. They keep a good 15 to 30 foot distance between you and them, but they are kind of following you along the western route. And you get to the edge of town, and you're walking along this road outside of town, and they stop right on the edge of town, and they just kind of like sniff the air one last time, and then they turn around and like bounce back towards the Yuan-Ti.
Yeah, we're gonna see those guys again.
I have no doubt about that, but I think we're fine for now. All right. Let's get on the road, walk a bit before we take a nap.
I think we should get off the road.
Let's keep up appearances until we're out of sight of the town.
Yeah, this is a main thoroughfare road, so it's very wide, it's very open, and you can see the town for a long distance because of that. There's also a lot of traffic on this road that you see coming and going.
Lyra says hi to everyone.
Ooh. Oh,
Lyra says hi to everyone.
A lot of them are
She's
friendly.
like still on like Rook's shoulder, just waving.
Oh yeah, I'm just carrying her out.
Some of them give you weird looks, but carry on. Some of them are smiling and they're happy and they just kind of wave at you. And you travel for a couple miles before you can no longer see the town. Again,
right.
The road is still heavily trafficked, though.
Lyra's already taking a nap.
Let's get off the road for a bit and take a nap. Yeah.
All right.
So you get off of the road and you kind of get onto the side trail, and there seems to be like little spots every so often where you can see somebody has probably popped off the road and built campfires. You see like the ash and the old logs that are there from campfires, and it looks like that's dotted all along the road. So this is common practice for people to just kind of pop off the road and rest.
Is it like, are we like in a large forest area or is it just open road?
Open road, you see there's a forest in the distance, probably about 5 to 10 miles away. But as of right here, it's all flat grasslands. There's some small hills and stuff, rolling hills in the distance, but it's largely just flat land with this open road.
I wouldn't mind getting closer to a hill because then we'd be out of earshot of the main road.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. You go further away from the road and you find a hill that kind of crests, and then you go on the other side of that hill out of eyesight or earshot of the road, and you're able to kind of build a camp. There's enough resources around that you could easily find twigs and sticks to build a campfire.
I gently lay Lyra down as she's napping. And I crack my shoulder.
Oh shit, I went to sleep, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
All right.
You said it. It's canon.
I was like, I kind of sit next to Faye. I was like, should I go get that torch, or should I just leave it where I left it?
You can leave it where you left it. Really, I just felt that it needed to be not in that temple. And there's really no actual reason that, you could say, point at it and it's a definite. It was more of a gut feeling.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need more than that. You promised. You promised answers.
I know. I'm just setting it up. I know what I promised. I'm not going back on that. I just want you to know what you're getting into with me is more than books and papers. And
alcohol. Okay.
Well, the
Right,
alcohol.
there's the alcohol, so you know.
The alcohol, though, that's an entire different story.
Oh, okay.
So I am not native to Saraloon, as you know. You picked me up on the beach. I got there after my boat crashed on my ship. We had set to sea from the Moonshay Isles, and we were hit by a storm. It wasn't a normal storm by any means, and in a normal storm, I would have been the only one to die, and I was the only one to survive because of the one who waits under the waves. It's an entity. It's not really a he, a she. It's a thing. Noticed me in the sea, and noticed that I was fighting to survive, and it saved me. It gave me my life, and it gave me my powers, and it brought me to Saraloon.
Oh, the kinky water ship, right?
The water tentacles, and the magic that I can sometimes call upon. And there's a task that it's set forward for me that I feel could possibly tie into that location with the portal that Lyra found. And I felt that having that tie to Imix would not be good if the one who waits beneath the waves called me back to that temple.
Right. So, should I go get that torch?
No.
I won't lie to you. I know there's magics about finding objects and stuff. I'm not 100% on it, but it's not hard to find, but it's not exactly entirely too easy to get to.
I'm fine with not. I don't want to keep it on my body. I'm not that paranoid to where it needs to be with me. But I feel I trust you enough that if you say that it's difficult to get to, that it's pretty well hidden, then it is. Because, I mean, who knows, where it went. Half the people, don't know it was us. They may have an inkling, but they can't prove it unless they capture us and use a truth spell. There's
a thing.
I mean, I've heard of it. I've never actually seen it happen.
Well, okay.
Well, since we are now likely tied together, can you tell us what this task is?
I mean, you probably know I'm not that great of a person since I just killed a man with no real reason. So,
Faye, I've killed many of people. Wasn't happy about it, but I have.
I'm not happy, sad, or anything. I killed a man. It's what it is, and the task that's laid before me will probably lead to many deaths, if not, the entire world dying. My patron wants to return home, and it cannot return to the plane of water. So it wants the plane of water here.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
It does seem terrible for those of us who do not breathe water.
I mean, I doubt it's something that I could accomplish in a short amount of time, but it is what's bought me my life. So if I don't repay in kind, then who knows what's waiting for me. I don't think any of my gods could help me at that point.
They have gone a bit silent in the last couple of years. Listen, I can't speak for Lyra. She's a bit unpredictable sometimes. But I'm not going to abandon you because of circumstance that may not have been in your control.
It was never in my control, but it's what's here.
I'll make this promise. I won't directly help you in turning this great material plane into SeaWorld. But if it gets a bit out of hand, I'll do my part in making sure our world stays like it is.
I mean, just because I'm bringing the plane of water to this world doesn't mean that there's not going to be pockets of community. There's been adaptions throughout history. So, I mean, there was, where I'm from, in Norland, off of the Moonshay Isles, there's a community of merfolk that were, legend has it, once elves. Like, there's always going to be adaptation in our world. It's if the people can adapt with it. I'm not saying that I want to drown this world and, cause everyone to,
Listen, I'm not gonna say that your entity is evil unless you get that vibe. But I'll just say I'm not fond of this place. I've gotten my fair share of shit here, but if this seems sort of like a world domination thing, I'll step in.
I don't think he wants to rule the world. He just wants to go home.
Right. And as long as it's more of, hey, can I just bring this small little chunk and live here?
Well,
But,
if we find a portal that I can manipulate, instead of just feeling the barest remnants of, we'll find out if just a small little bit of it will work. I can't give up on this task, and you're great folks. I'd hate to see anything bad come to you, but I gave my life to this entity when he saved me. I can't turn my back on it.
Arden?
We are friends, I think. I trust you for now. But if it comes to the destruction of the world,
Cut me down.
I will have to do my best.
At this point, Arden, you are a bit distracted as you hear a flowery female voice. Arden. And as you kind of look towards the sound of the voice, you see a boulder. Not the boulder, a boulder.
That would be magic.
The boulder doesn't.
There is a boulder that has this almost angelic celestial light shining on it. It's only about 30 feet away from you.
There will be more to this, but I'm gonna go here for a minute. Do you all see the thing here, like a lights over there?
You all do see the boulder, not the boulder. You see the boulder that he is referring to.
The specific boulder to this situation.
Yes. And you also see the light. Seems to be kind of shining down on it.
Yeah, that's
Please don't give me a
definitely
lot of
odd.
magic.
I will cautiously approach the boulder.
The boulder.
As you do, you see this almost mercury-like substance kind of puddled and pooled in the center of this. And as you're approaching it, it kind of swirls around into the form of a longsword that is buried into the boulder. And you hear it call out again, Arden.
That's pretty weird.
Do we see the sword form?
Yes, you do.
But we don't hear the voice.
No.
Oh wow. That I take out my daggers just in case. Careful. I've heard of objects looking like what they look like, but not being them.
Stupid mimic.
Arden.
I will cautiously reach out and take hold of the sword.
Yeah, you reach out, and it almost feels like the hilt of this sword was formed for your hand as you slide across and you unsheathe the sword from the boulder. And as you do that, it solidifies into this really beautiful longsword. And then it changes and melts down on itself and kind of wraps around your finger into a ring. And it solidifies again, and you hear it say, I am Quicksilver, the living weapon. And you have formed your bond with me now.
Oh, I'm Arden, but you knew that already.
I love Arden.
Arden's great. He's like the most normal out of all of us.
This
We will
man.
do many great things together once you attune to me.
Okay.
That sounds sketch, but we don't hear that. So.
And
Is
you
it
have
like-
now
yeah.
received a $50 donation legendary item called Quicksilver, the Living Weapon. So thank you for that $50 donation last
nice.
week that I just was reminded about.
That we now have time to get to.
Okay.
Oh,
Did
that's
you all? They don't hear you talking, do they?
Only you can hear my voice, Arden.
Only you.
Okay then.
I've never talked to my ring, have I? And she's like leaning over to into Rook.
No. I would assume he's going mad, but seeing the sword in the thing, I assume he's talking to the thing.
Yeah, that's very odd. If I ever start talking to my ring, let me know.
I just assume you'll be drunk, but I will
Yeah,
put it on my
yeah,
things to worry
we'll figure it out at the time if it happens. It's very likely that I would be drunk if I'm talking to my ring.
You know I can hear you guys, right?
Yeah, we can hear you talking to the ring too.
We're all friends here. You said it yourself.
This has been a very strange day. I could really use a nap.
I think a nap would do us just nice.
You guys go ahead and rest. I'll take the first watch.
All right.
All right. So you all relax and lay down and begin to take your long rest as you level up to level 3.
Yeah!
And this is where we're going to end this episode of Neverwinter as you all take your long rest. We'll begin. None of your watches, nothing eventful happens. You get through each session. And we'll
No
begin...
bandit captains
Yeah, no
that need to
bandit
get like
captains.
kneecapped.
No wild magic.
This is a very well-traveled road. You're just over the hill. The only thing that would attack you would be some kind of wildlife, but it's very uneventful.
7.
So congratulations on leveling up.
Lore drop.
And, yeah, thank you for watching and participating with us this evening. We play Neverwinter every other Tuesday, so join us not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday for the next episode of Neverwinter. We have a lot of things going on. Tomorrow is The Hidden, and then Thursday is Barovia Beckons, and then we have podcasts coming out all weekend, and then Sunday is Sunrunners, which is our Dark Matter 5e campaign. So yeah, we have thenerdasylum.com where you can see all the past episodes of things, all the projects that are going on, any information. We host game servers, so if you're interested in playing on a server, you could do that. You can join our Discord and hang out with the cast, the crew, and other like-minded nerds, and just have a generally good time. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and I'm not as good as some other people with the announcements, but that's all we got, so have a fantastic night, and as always, stay nerdy, friends.
See
Eat the
ya.
stream. Bye.